Order $100, 0 cents K, like you order coffee. Life is a grand cafe of infinite supply. Every desire, every dream, every dollar you wish to manifest is already waiting for you at the counter of the divine. The universe is the perfect barista, ever ready, ever obedient to the order you place with your thoughts and your words. Yet so many stand before this great cafe of abundance trembling, whispering their desires as if they are not worthy of what they seek. But hear this truth: what you dare to imagine, you dare to receive. The same spiritual law that delivers your morning coffee can deliver your fortune if you learn to order it with faith, not fear. When you step up to the counter and say, "A latte, please," you do not doubt that it will be made. You do not ask the barista, "Are you sure I deserve this cup?" Or, "Can you really make it for me?" No, you simply expect it, pay the small price, and wait in cheerful anticipation. That is the same vibration with which you must order your prosperity. The mind is your menu. The words you speak are your order. The emotion in your heart is your payment. When you speak with conviction, the universe takes note, and the order begins to move into form. The tragedy is not that people cannot manifest wealth, it is that they order poverty again and again with their thoughts of lack. They say, "Money never comes to me," and so the great cafe of life delivers precisely that empty cup. Change your order and you change your life. Declare with authority, "I am ready to receive my $100,000, 0 cents. Feel it as real. Imagine holding it, using it, sharing it, blessing others with it. See it deposited. See it circulating freely through your hands. The invisible becomes visible through the power of faith-filled imagination. Never beg from the infinite. It is an insult to the abundance that created you. The power that formed the galaxies surely can form $100,000, 0 cents, in your experience. Speak as one who already owns the treasure. Say, "Thank you for my $100, 0 cents. K, it is already mine in substance, now it appears in form." Do not let doubt be your companion. Doubt is the thief that whispers, "Perhaps it will not come." But the fearless soul smiles and says, "It is already on the way." That unwavering certainty magnetizes every needed channel, people, ideas, and opportunities to fulfill your request. You do not chase the coffee after you order it, you simply wait until your name is called. So it is with your wealth. Place the order, affirm it daily, and stand in cheerful expectation. The universe never forgets an order placed in faith. Let your heart be calm, your words sure, and your vision clear. Order your $100, 0 cents K like you order coffee. Easily, confidently, joyfully, knowing the power that serves you never fails. Speaking your desire with unwavering faith is the cornerstone of every great achievement, the first step on the path to manifesting abundance, and the single most powerful force you can wield in the creation of your reality. To speak your desire with faith is not merely to whisper a hope or murmur a wish. It is to declare with absolute certainty that what you seek is already yours, that it is already moving toward you, and that the unseen forces of the universe are aligning to bring it into form. Faith is the invisible currency that transforms thought into matter, and the words you choose are the vehicle through which this currency flows. The spoken word, when charged with faith, carries an irresistible magnetic power that draws the desired conditions, circumstances, and resources to you. Without faith, words are empty sounds. With faith, they are the very keys that unlock the treasure vault of existence. When you speak your desire with faith, you are making a statement not to the external world, but to the deeper intelligence within yourself, to the divine consciousness that governs all life. It is an acknowledgement that the unseen is infinitely more powerful than the seen, and that reality responds not to the limitations of the present, but to the certainty of your declaration. People often fail to manifest their desires because they speak from a place of uncertainty, doubt, or fear. They say, "I hope I can achieve this," or "I wish I had this money," or "maybe someday it will happen." These statements are filled with hesitation, and hesitation is the soil in which dreams wither. Faith, however, is a declaration without hesitation. It does not ask or beg, it asserts. It does not question the possibility, it affirms the inevitability. To speak with faith, one must cultivate an internal conviction that is unshakable, even in the face of apparent contradictions. The external world may seem slow, indifferent, or even hostile to your desires, but faith does not rely on external validation. Faith is the knowing that the invisible forces are working tirelessly behind the scenes, orchestrating events, circumstances, and encounters to bring your spoken desire into manifestation. The moment you declare your desire with unwavering faith, the mind sets a pattern, and the universal intelligence begins to arrange itself in accordance with that pattern. Your words become seeds planted in the fertile soil of the subconscious, and the subconscious, obedient to the vibration of faith, begins to draw to you the people, situations, and opportunities that will fulfill your spoken intention. Faithful speech is precise, affirmative, and personal. It does not contain doubt, hesitation, or any form of limitation. Instead of saying, "I hope I can earn $100,000 0 cents," one must say, "I am now receiving $100,000 0 cents." Instead of asking, "Will this opportunity come to me?" one declares, "The right opportunity is now presenting itself to me." Each word carries energy, and faith is the amplifier that magnifies that energy into a powerful force capable of altering circumstances and attracting wealth, success, health, and happiness. Speaking in this manner aligns your thoughts, emotions, and actions into a single harmonious vibration, and when these three forces move together in harmony, the universe responds instantaneously. It is also important to understand that speaking with faith requires consistency and repetition. A single declaration, no matter how strong, is often insufficient to overcome the habitual patterns of doubt and disbelief that have been reinforced over years or decades. Therefore, one must speak the desire daily, with conviction, as though it were already accomplished. Repetition strengthens belief, belief solidifies faith, and faith accelerates manifestation. Each time you speak your desire confidently and unwaveringly, you are sending a clear and uncompromised signal to the invisible forces, and these forces respond with an intelligence and precision far beyond human understanding. In addition, speaking with faith involves feeling the reality of your desire as though it is already present. Faith is not merely an intellectual exercise, it is an emotional certainty that saturates every fiber of your being. When you speak with faith, allow yourself to feel the joy, relief, gratitude, and satisfaction that will accompany the fulfillment of your desire. This feeling acts as a powerful magnet, drawing the circumstances that correspond to it into your experience. Without feeling, words are hollow. With feeling, they become living forces, charged with the power to create, attract, and transform. Faith in speech also requires detachment from the how and when. When you speak your desire with unwavering faith, you trust that the mechanisms of the universe, which are infinitely wise and capable, will deliver the result in perfect timing and in the best possible manner. The mind may attempt to dictate the method, the path, or the timeline, but faith understands that such details are best left to the infinite intelligence that operates beyond human limitation. To insist on controlling the process is to dilute the power of faith. To release the outcome while maintaining the certainty of the desire is to allow faith to operate freely, unimpeded by doubt or impatience. Furthermore, speaking with faith is a declaration of worthiness. When you confidently state your desires, you are affirming that you are entitled to them, that the abundance of the universe exists not for a select few, but for every soul willing to claim it. The universe responds to self-assurance, not self-doubt. By speaking with faith, you align yourself with the abundant nature of life itself, recognizing that there is more than enough for everyone, and that claiming your portion is not selfish, but an acknowledgement of the natural order. Faithful speech also influences those around you, creating a ripple effect of possibility. When others hear your confident declarations, they unconsciously recognize your certainty and may become instruments in the manifestation of your desires. Opportunities, connections, and assistance often appear as a direct result of the power of spoken faith, because the universe operates through networks of cause and effect that respond to the vibrations we emit. To cultivate the ability to speak your desires with unwavering faith, begin each day with declarations that affirm your goals and intentions. Speak them aloud, feel them deeply, and imagine them as already accomplished. Let your words be your commands to the invisible, your keys to abundance, and your bridge from imagination to reality. Recognize that each utterance is potent, that each word carries life, and that your faith is the fuel that transforms speech into substance. By consistently speaking your desires with unwavering faith, you align your inner world with the outer world, create a magnetic field of attraction, and open yourself to the infinite possibilities that surround you. The spoken word, when empowered by faith, becomes the instrument through which the invisible becomes visible, the imagined becomes tangible, and the desired becomes inevitable. Visualizing the outcome as already real is one of the most potent tools for manifesting any desire, for the mind cannot distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is tangibly experienced. When you see your goal as already accomplished, you are planting a seed in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. The subconscious does not argue with logic or question possibility. It only responds to images, emotions, and impressions. Therefore, the clearer, more detailed, and more emotionally charged your visualization, the more powerfully your subconscious is activated to attract circumstances, people, and events that will bring that imagined reality into physical form. Visualization is not daydreaming, it is intentional creation. It is a deliberate act of aligning your inner world with the outer world, forming a blueprint in your consciousness that the universe will follow. To visualize effectively, begin by creating a mental image of your desire in as much detail as possible. If your aim is to receive $100,000, 0 cents, imagine the amount exactly as it would appear. See the bills in your hands, feel the weight, notice the texture, and observe the surroundings in which you are receiving it. Consider the ways you will use this money, the joy it brings, the relief it provides, and the opportunities it unlocks. When your visualization includes senses, sight, sound, touch, even smell and taste, it becomes a living experience for the subconscious, and the mind begins to treat it as fact rather than fantasy. Each detail you imagine adds layers of reality that your inner world accepts as truth, and the subconscious, obedient to truth as it perceives it, sets in motion the necessary alignment to make it manifest externally. Emotions are the lifeblood of visualization. It is not enough to see with the eyes of the mind, you must feel with the heart. Emotions act as a magnet, drawing circumstances that match the vibration of your feelings. When you visualize your desire with joy, excitement, and gratitude, you are sending a signal to the universe that you expect the fulfillment of your desire and that it will bring pleasure and benefit. Doubt, hesitation, or fear, on the other hand, weakens the image and confuses the subconscious. Therefore, it is vital to cultivate the inner sensation of certainty and happiness, as if the desired outcome has already arrived. Feel the peace of having no lack, the confidence of financial freedom, the satisfaction of goals accomplished, and the delight of possibilities unfolding. This emotional engagement transforms visualization from mere thought into a living, breathing reality within your consciousness. Consistency is key in visualization. A single moment of imagining your desire is rarely sufficient to alter the deeply ingrained patterns of thought and expectation that govern daily life. To embed the vision deeply within your subconscious, practice daily, ideally multiple times a day. Create a quiet, focused environment where distractions are minimized. Close your eyes and fully immerse yourself in the imagined experience. Repeat the images, reinforce the emotions, and allow your mind to expand upon every detail. With persistent practice, your subconscious becomes saturated with the certainty of your visualization, and your conscious actions begin to align effortlessly with that inner picture, often without conscious effort or planning. Visualization also requires detachment from outcome and method. You are not tasked with figuring out how the desired result will manifest. Your job is to create the mental image of the end result, to feel its reality, and to maintain faith that it is already yours. The universe is infinitely intelligent, and it orchestrates events in ways that often exceed human understanding. By focusing on the outcome rather than the process, you conserve energy, avoid frustration, and allow the natural flow of creative intelligence to bring your vision into physical expression. Every thought, decision, and action will begin to gravitate toward the realization of your imagined scenario, guided by the internal certainty that it is already accomplished. Imagination and visualization are strengthened by belief. When you combine the clarity of your mental images with the unwavering conviction that they are real, you create a vibrational match between your inner world and your desired reality. The subconscious cannot hold two contradictory images simultaneously. If you visualize success while harboring doubts, the doubt will dilute the image and slow manifestation. Therefore, it is imperative to maintain a singular focus, a unified vision, and a steadfast belief that the outcome is certain. The mind naturally moves toward what it perceives as real, and by presenting the outcome as undeniable fact in your inner world, you are guiding your thoughts, decisions, and actions toward alignment with that reality. Writing down the details of your visualization can enhance the clarity and intensity of the experience. Describe your desired outcome as though it has already happened, including the environment, people, circumstances, and emotions associated with it. The act of writing creates another layer of imprinting upon the subconscious, reinforcing the reality of the image you wish to create. Reading this written vision daily, while visualizing it simultaneously, strengthens the internal conviction that your desire is tangible and present, further aligning your conscious mind, subconscious mind, and emotions in perfect harmony. Visualization is also effective when combined with sensory and physical reinforcement. Using vision boards, mental rehearsals, or even acting as if you already have the desired outcome engages multiple senses and deepens the impression upon the subconscious. The more the experience is treated as real, the more your internal and external worlds synchronize. Every glance at a vision board, every imagined scenario, every moment spent fully feeling the reality of your goal is a step toward materializing it. Your inner world becomes a magnet, attracting events, resources, people, and opportunities that resonate with the image you hold. Persistence in visualization creates a state of expectancy. As the subconscious grows accustomed to the image of your desire as real, you develop an inner sense of certainty that conditions the way you think, speak, and act. You begin to notice opportunities that previously went unseen, take steps that previously felt impossible, and align your decisions with the outcome you are visualizing. The universe responds to this coherence, sending circumstances, insights, and actions that harmonize with the vibrational state you have created. Through focused visualization, imagination, and emotional engagement, your inner world becomes the blueprint for your outer world. You are creating, shaping, and directing the invisible forces of the universe to bring your desires into manifestation. Every detail you imagine, every emotion you feel, and every moment you hold the reality of your goal is already real, strengthens the magnetic power of your vision and ensures that your desire moves from concept to completion. Eliminating doubt and fear from your order is essential to manifesting anything of true value, for doubt and fear are like invisible barriers that obstruct the flow of abundance and prevent the natural law of attraction from responding fully to your intentions. These two forces, doubt and fear, are born from a mistaken belief in limitation, from the habit of seeing the world as finite and scarcity-driven rather than infinite and abundant. They whisper that what you desire is too great, too unlikely, or beyond your reach, and in doing so, they erode the faith and certainty required for manifestation. To remove them, one must first recognize their subtle presence in thought, speech, and feeling, for they often operate quietly, disguised as caution, hesitation, or modesty. The moment you sense even a flicker of doubt or fear, you must confront it, acknowledging that it is a product of conditioned thinking, not a reflection of reality. Doubt is the mental uncertainty that says, "I cannot achieve this," or "it may not be possible for me." Fear is the emotional response that says, "If I try and fail, it will hurt," or "if I claim this, I may lose something else." Both are rooted in a lack of trust in the infinite intelligence that governs life, a misunderstanding of the principle that the universe responds to clarity, faith, and aligned action. When doubt and fear dominate the mind, the words you speak and the actions you take are weakened, like seeds sown in dry, infertile soil. The subconscious, which responds primarily to conviction rather than hope, interprets the mixed messages as uncertainty and does not mobilize the forces required to manifest the desire. One of the most effective ways to eliminate doubt and fear is through conscious affirmation of truth. Affirmations are powerful because they replace negative, limiting thoughts with positive, empowering beliefs. By repeatedly declaring statements such as, "I am fully capable of receiving my $100,000 0 cents," or "The universe always provides for my highest good," you overwrite the old programming of scarcity and limitation. The subconscious mind cannot hold both fear and faith simultaneously, so persistent repetition of affirmative statements gradually shifts the internal landscape. As doubt diminishes, faith strengthens, and the flow of creative intelligence becomes unimpeded. Another key approach is mental rehearsal. When doubt or fear arises, pause and vividly imagine the successful fulfillment of your desire. Picture the money arriving, the abundance flowing, and the positive effects on your life. Feel the relief, the joy, and the gratitude as though it has already occurred. By consistently rehearsing success, you condition both your conscious and subconscious minds to accept the outcome as inevitable. Fear is diminished because the mind is saturated with the experience of success rather than the threat of failure. The habitual focus on potential obstacles is replaced with focus on proven inner certainty. Faith and trust are essential allies in eliminating doubt and fear. Trust that the unseen forces are working, that your intention has been heard, and that opportunities, people, and resources are aligning in perfect order. Fear often arises when one attempts to control the how and when of manifestation, thinking that the burden of creation lies in human effort alone. By releasing control over the mechanics and maintaining unwavering confidence in the outcome, you remove the conditions that give rise to fear. Doubt shrinks when it is met with trust, and fear fades when it is met with inner assurance and the expectation of inevitable success. Self-talk is another area where doubt and fear quietly undermine progress. Many people are unaware of the constant commentary running through their minds. Phrases like, "I'm not ready," "I don't know how," or "it might not work out," reinforce limitation. By monitoring inner dialogue and consciously replacing every thought of inadequacy or hesitation with one of certainty, you gradually restructure mental habits. The mind, once trained to default to faith instead of fear, begins to support rather than sabotage your desires. Environment and associations also play a role in nurturing or dissolving doubt and fear. Surround yourself with influences, people, and information that reinforce confidence, abundance, and possibility. Avoid repetitive exposure to negativity, pessimism, or stories of failure, as they plant seeds of doubt. Instead, read, listen, and interact with sources that affirm your belief in your own capacity and in the infinite intelligence of the universe. By curating your mental environment, you reduce the external triggers that provoke fear and reinforce certainty through repeated positive exposure. Visualization, when combined with the elimination of doubt and fear, becomes exponentially more effective. When you clearly see the desired outcome in your mind and pair it with unwavering belief, you create a cohesive, magnetic vibration that the universe cannot resist. Doubt acts like static on the frequency of creation. Removing it allows your intention to resonate with pure, unbroken clarity. Each day, take time to visualize your success, feel it as real, and affirm it with words free from hesitation. The subconscious will respond, and opportunities will begin to appear in accordance with the certainty you project. Emotional mastery is also crucial. Fear is an emotion, and emotions carry vibration. By choosing to feel confidence, gratitude, and excitement rather than anxiety and worry, you align yourself with the natural state of abundance. Whenever fear arises, acknowledge it, but do not indulge it. Replace it immediately with the emotional certainty of what you desire. The consistent emotional reinforcement of belief sends a clear signal to the subconscious and to the creative forces of life, effectively dissolving the influence of fear over time. Action, inspired by faith, reinforces the removal of doubt. Fear often paralyzes and delays necessary steps, but when action is guided by certainty and not hesitation, it produces momentum. Each small, confident step demonstrates to the mind that your desire is achievable, that you are capable, and that doubt is baseless. Momentum builds confidence, and confidence further diminishes fear, creating a self-reinforcing cycle that propels the manifestation forward. One must also recognize that eliminating doubt and fear is not a one-time effort, it is a continuous practice. Doubt may attempt to return, and fear may whisper in moments of uncertainty, but each encounter is an opportunity to reaffirm faith. Through repeated conscious effort, inner dialogue adjustment, visualization, emotional alignment, trust in unseen forces, and inspired action, the habitual grip of fear and doubt weakens, leaving a clear pathway for the fulfillment of desires. Every thought spoken or imagined carries a vibration. Doubt and fear distort that vibration, weakening the signal sent to the universe. By deliberately removing these energies and replacing them with certainty, trust, and faith, you ensure that your intentions resonate at the frequency of manifestation. As this alignment strengthens, your spoken words, visualizations, emotions, and actions converge in harmony, forming an unbreakable chain of creation that draws your desires into reality. Expressing gratitude before manifestation is one of the most powerful and often overlooked tools for attracting abundance and realizing desires. Gratitude is not merely a polite acknowledgement or a fleeting feeling of thanks. It is a deep, resonant vibration that aligns the individual with the infinite supply of the universe. When gratitude is expressed sincerely, it sends a signal that you are in harmony with the flow of life, that you recognize the presence of abundance, and that you are ready to receive more. Gratitude shifts the mind from a state of lack to a state of fullness. When you are grateful, you no longer focus on what is missing. Instead, you emphasize the richness that already exists in your life. This shift in perception opens the doorway for new blessings, resources, and opportunities to enter, because the energy you emit is now in alignment with what you wish to attract. To express gratitude effectively, begin by recognizing the tangible and intangible blessings already present in your life. The mind often habitually overlooks what is already available, focusing instead on deficiency, desire, or unmet goals. When you consciously pause to reflect on the people, experiences, resources, and circumstances that enrich your life, you cultivate an awareness of abundance. This awareness is crucial because the law of attraction responds not to words alone, but to the vibration behind them. Saying, "Thank you for my $100,000, 0 cents," even before it arrives, is not an empty phrase. It is a declaration that you already feel the reality of the desired outcome, and it sets into motion the creative forces that bring it into form. Gratitude must be heartfelt to be effective. The subconscious mind and the subtle energies of the universe respond to authenticity. Simply reciting words without genuine feeling produces little effect because the vibration of gratitude is diminished. To engage fully, feel the appreciation as if the manifestation has already occurred. Visualize the outcome, imagine the impact it will have on your life, and allow yourself to experience the emotions of relief, joy, and fulfillment. These emotions amplify the power of gratitude, transforming it into a magnetic force that draws circumstances, people, and opportunities to you. The key is to feel as though the manifestation has already been received, merging the acknowledgement of future gain with the emotional resonance of present appreciation. Daily practice of gratitude strengthens the alignment between your conscious mind, subconscious mind, and the creative forces of the universe. By making gratitude a habit, you establish a constant vibration of abundance that permeates all aspects of your life. Begin each day by mentally reviewing or journaling the aspects of life for which you are thankful. Include both small and large blessings, recognizing that even the smallest acknowledgement of goodness reinforces the vibrational signal of abundance. As you cultivate this practice, your internal environment becomes rich and fertile, and the external world begins to mirror that richness in the form of tangible manifestations. Gratitude, expressed in advance of receiving your desire, is particularly powerful because it signals unwavering faith. When you give thanks for something that has not yet physically appeared, you are effectively telling the universe and yourself that you trust in the inevitable fulfillment of your request. This proactive gratitude bypasses doubt and fear, which often arise when one focuses on what is missing or uncertain. By acknowledging the outcome is already achieved, you create a sense of certainty, and certainty acts as a magnetic force that accelerates manifestation. You are no longer waiting for circumstances to validate your belief. Instead, your belief validates the circumstances that will come into alignment. The spoken word and inner dialogue are potent vehicles for gratitude. Speaking words of thanks aloud reinforces their effect, while silently repeating affirmations of gratitude throughout the day keeps the vibration elevated. For example, phrases such as, "I am grateful for the abundance flowing into my life," or "Thank you for the financial blessing that is already mine," combine the energetic power of intention with the emotional resonance of appreciation. Repetition, consistency, and sincerity ensure that the subconscious mind absorbs the vibration, creating a fertile mental landscape where desires can take root and flourish. Gratitude also has the power to dissolve resistance. Often, fear, doubt, or skepticism create subtle blocks that hinder manifestation. Gratitude counteracts these blocks by shifting focus away from scarcity and limitation. When you express thanks, the mind cannot simultaneously dwell on lack or uncertainty. The act of giving thanks strengthens your connection to the infinite supply and reinforces the understanding that abundance is not something external to be earned, but a natural extension of your inner alignment with life. The vibration of gratitude naturally harmonizes with the energy of receiving, ensuring that your desires are met with minimal friction. Incorporating visualization with gratitude further magnifies its power. While imagining your desired outcome, actively give thanks for it, as though it has already materialized. Feel the sensations of satisfaction, security, and joy associated with the fulfillment of your desire. Let the gratitude flow through every fiber of your being, saturating your consciousness with the certainty of abundance. This practice engages the subconscious mind in a profound way, solidifying the mental image and emotional experience as reality. And the subconscious responds by orchestrating circumstances, ideas, and opportunities to match the vibration of your gratitude-filled vision. Gratitude also strengthens your alignment with inspired action. When you are in a state of appreciation, your thoughts, decisions, and behaviors naturally align with opportunities that support your desire. The universe responds to coherence between internal vibration and external action. By maintaining a gratitude-centered perspective, you remain open to guidance, intuitive insights, and timely initiatives that bring your desires into reality. Every decision is then filtered through the lens of trust, positivity, and expectation, which multiplies the effectiveness of your efforts. One of the subtler aspects of gratitude is its ability to reinforce a sense of worthiness. Many people unconsciously resist abundance because they feel undeserving or inadequate. Gratitude shifts this mindset by focusing attention on what is already present, affirming that you are indeed a recipient of goodness and that abundance is your natural inheritance. By consciously acknowledging the blessings in your life, you cultivate a sense of self-respect, value, and readiness to receive greater abundance. This alignment of self-perception with universal supply ensures that the flow of manifestation is smooth, unrestricted, and enduring. Finally, gratitude is a bridge between imagination and reality. When combined with visualization, faith, and aligned action, it strengthens the magnetic power of your desires and reinforces the law that energy follows attention. The more fully you express thanks for the fulfillment of your desire, the more quickly and completely it moves from invisible potential into tangible form. Gratitude becomes the energetic soil in which the seeds of intention grow, the sunlight that nourishes your vision, and the water that sustains the momentum of manifestation. Waiting in joyful expectation rather than anxiety is a fundamental principle in the process of manifesting desires, and it is a discipline that separates those who effortlessly attract abundance from those who struggle with uncertainty and impatience. Expectation is the conscious state of anticipating the fulfillment of a desire, while joy is the emotional environment in which that anticipation thrives. Anxiety, on the other hand, stems from doubt, impatience, and the illusion that the outcome is contingent upon immediate action or proof. When one learns to wait with joyful expectation, the mind, heart, and subconscious remain aligned with the vibration of the desired outcome, creating a powerful magnetic field that draws circumstances, people, and opportunities to bring the intention into reality. This practice is not passive. It is an active engagement of faith, emotion, and focus, all harmonized to attract what has already been mentally and emotionally affirmed. The first step in cultivating joyful expectation is to cultivate absolute certainty that the desire is already in process. The universe responds to inner conviction more reliably than to frantic effort or worry. When you place an order for a $100,000 0 cents manifestation, for example, you do not need to obsess over the means or timeline. By consciously choosing to accept that the intention has been acknowledged by the invisible forces and that the outcome is already moving toward you, you establish a mental and emotional environment in which expectation can thrive. The clarity of certainty allows your thoughts to remain positive and your emotions elevated, which in turn accelerates manifestation by aligning your vibration with the reality you wish to create. Joyful expectation involves a profound understanding of the natural laws of cause and effect. Just as the barista does not require constant checking to prepare your coffee, the forces of creation do not require incessant monitoring or anxiety to deliver what has been requested. Once the intention is clearly stated, once faith has been established, and once gratitude has been expressed, the only role left is to maintain the vibration of expectation. Anxiety and worry break the alignment, introducing conflicting signals that dilute the power of manifestation. Joyful expectation, on the other hand, reinforces the certainty of fulfillment, ensuring that all mental, emotional, and energetic resources remain focused on the desired outcome. To wait joyfully, one must learn to immerse themselves in the present moment while keeping the desired outcome firmly in mind. Anxiety arises when attention shifts excessively to the future, to imagined obstacles, or to fear of delay. By consciously choosing to remain present and to find delight in current circumstances, you create a dual state. You acknowledge the ongoing process of life while simultaneously holding the expectation that your desire is already fulfilled in the invisible realm. This balance between awareness of now and confident anticipation of the future allows energy to flow without resistance, creating a fertile field in which manifestation can grow. Visualization and emotional immersion play a critical role in sustaining joyful expectation. Daily mental exercises in which you vividly see and feel the realization of your desire reinforce the inner certainty of its fulfillment. Imagine holding the $100,000, 0 cents, feeling the freedom and security it brings, and experiencing the gratitude, relief, and empowerment associated with it. Each time you do this, your subconscious mind becomes more convinced of the inevitability of the outcome, and your emotional vibration remains aligned with abundance rather than lack. The more fully you can inhabit the emotional state of already having what you desire, the less room there is for anxiety to creep in. Patience is an essential component of joyful expectation. Waiting does not imply passivity or inaction. It implies confidence and trust. The timing of manifestation is governed by intelligence far beyond human calculation. The forces of creation operate in perfect harmony, often bringing together multiple factors, people, and circumstances in ways that are invisible to the human eye. By accepting that your desire will manifest at the appropriate time and in the most advantageous manner, you remove the anxiety that arises from attempting to force outcomes prematurely. Patience, coupled with joy, strengthens the magnetic attraction of your intention, allowing the universe to orchestrate conditions that are aligned with your highest good. Faith and trust are inseparable from joyful expectation. Faith is the unwavering belief that your desire is on its way, while trust is the surrender to the wisdom and timing of the universe. Anxiety stems from a lack of faith or a failure to trust that the desired outcome is already moving toward manifestation. By cultivating both faith and trust, you create a state of energetic coherence that signals to the unseen forces that you are ready to receive. This coherence allows opportunities, insights, and favorable circumstances to flow naturally toward you, often in ways that surpass your imagination or prior expectations. The practice of joyful expectation also involves reframing obstacles and apparent delays. Events that might initially seem like setbacks can be viewed as necessary adjustments in the larger orchestration of your manifestation. By maintaining joy and confidence in the face of uncertainty, you prevent these external appearances from undermining your inner certainty. Each moment of maintaining a positive, expectant vibration strengthens your alignment, ensuring that the manifestation is not hindered by fear, worry, or reactive energy. The capacity to find delight and contentment in every phase of the journey amplifies the power of your expectation and keeps the mind and heart free from resistance. Gratitude reinforces joyful expectation. By expressing thanks in advance for the fulfillment of your desire, you solidify the inner conviction that it is already accomplished. Gratitude, when coupled with expectation, produces a vibrational resonance that magnifies attraction. You are no longer waiting anxiously for evidence, you are celebrating the inevitability of what is coming. The combined energy of gratitude and joyful anticipation creates a magnetic force that draws people, opportunities, and resources toward the materialization of your desire. Inspired action becomes a natural byproduct of joyful expectation. When the mind is aligned with certainty and the heart is filled with positive emotion, intuitive insights and impulses to act in alignment with your goal often arise effortlessly. These actions are not born of fear or desperation, but of confidence and clarity. Each inspired step reinforces the vibration of expectation, accelerating the process of manifestation and demonstrating to the subconscious and to the creative forces that you are fully aligned with the desired outcome. It is important to remember that joyful expectation is a mental and emotional discipline. It requires conscious effort to monitor thoughts, redirect energy, and maintain a state of optimism, anticipation, and delight. Whenever doubt or worry begins to creep in, immediately replace it with images, feelings, and affirmations that reflect the reality of already having what you desire. Each repetition strengthens the internal conviction, fortifies faith, and maintains the high vibration necessary for rapid manifestation. The vibration of joy itself acts as a magnet. When you wait in joy, the universe mirrors your inner state, presenting circumstances, people, and events that resonate with the frequency you emit. Conversely, waiting in anxiety attracts challenges, delays, and obstacles, because the subconscious and the creative forces respond to the dominant emotion and thought pattern. By choosing joy as the dominant emotional state during the waiting period, you harmonize with the natural flow of abundance and remove the internal resistance that slows manifestation. In cultivating joyful expectation, one learns to embrace life fully, to find delight in ordinary moments, and to approach each day with an attitude of celebration. This state is not dependent on external conditions, but arises from a conscious choice to focus on the positive, to trust in unseen intelligence, and to maintain unwavering faith in the inevitable arrival of desires. By holding this vibration consistently, you create an internal environment in which the universe can operate freely, bringing your intentions into material form in perfect alignment with your vision.